Wow.
Yes, you can find beautiful cathedrals everywhere. Yes, you can find like spectacular, incredible, unbelievable cathedrals everywhere. But how rare is it to find a cathedral underground inside a salt mine?
Welcome to the salt city capital of Colombia, Zipaquira.
Welcome back to our channel, Colombia Expats. I'm Sam, and my husband Nick and I moved permanently to Medellin, Colombia about a year and a half ago, and our YouTube channel is all about our travels around this beautiful country of Colombia. And today we're visiting the Salt Cathedral very close to Bogota, and something you absolutely have to do when you visit this amazing city.
So we just made it to the Salt Mine Cathedral and we are so excited to get in, but we did not buy tickets and we were told you can buy tickets here. So right as you walk in, you will see this ticket booth and just buy your tickets here. And also there's no line here, so either you can buy them online or buy them here. We have officially made it into the salt mine. There's a huge line. Definitely get here a little earlier in the morning. I believe it opens at 8 a.m.
Take a left. Near to the surface from the top soil, and this is flags to say welcome to everybody. We have a part of the
Argentina. Wow, so there are 14 chapels in here and we're only at number 3 and each one is getting bigger and bigger. This cross was chiseled out of one piece of stone by the workers here. Today we are actually working with the Salt Cathedral tour company and they are bringing us to some very exclusive places. Let me show you the scale of how big this is. So these are the tunnels that they used for the mine 50 years ago. Instead of building more tunnels, they actually just turned them into cathedrals when they were done using them.
Okay, I want to tell you some of the things that we've learned about this incredible salt mine, but essentially this salt mine started 200 years ago when they started digging into this beautiful mountain and found this salt mines, and they created mines which then later they turned into cathedrals and churches so that people could come here and pray. The first cathedral was built 70 plus years ago, I believe in 1952, and the second part of the churches, which is where we're at right now, the newer church, was built 30 years ago. But get this, 2,000 years ago is when they started to find that this land was inundated with salt. So they started to actually get the salt from the land part of it, which is super interesting, and they used to sell salt for gold, emeralds, other goods as their primary form of money 2,000 years ago. This was the original people that did that. Just fascinating, love it. Such an interesting tour, and you can learn so much here.
and they put the light.
If you don't want to get a guide to tell you everything that we think you should, because there is so much information, but there's also an audio guide. So when you buy a ticket, ask for an audio guide, because at each place it'll tell you the history of everything, and there's a lot. So you're definitely going to want to know. So definitely get an audio guide or get a tour guide. But another option is you can totally do it on your own, but you want to know all the information. So I 100%, 10 out of 10 recommend an audiobook, not a book, audio guide. We have officially made it to heaven. Not actually, but this is what they call this room, and it is absolutely beautiful. And it's a huge dome with a big light. So beautiful. So the guide just told me that the rock is 85% salt. 85%, that is crazy. And he said the first cathedral that was built 200 years ago, it was deeper underground and it collapsed because of the water. The water seeping into the rock, which dissolved the salt, and it collapsed the whole cathedral. That's why they built all the other 14 cathedrals, so people could pray in different parts of the mine. And the other 15% is fool's gold or pyrite, sulfur, and Oh my gosh, he just told me and I already forgot. But they're nothing that they can sell. So all they do is they get the salt out of the rock.
Back when they were mining, they would actually bring cars and trucks into the salt mines and they would drive them like below where we are right now. So they would mine the salt up here and then they would toss them down this like tunnel area so that they fall into the truck, and then the truck would actually have like a way, like something to bring it up. Isn't that cool and interesting?
We have officially made it to the main cathedral. Look how beautiful this is. I mean, it is absolutely like pristine. Everything, even look at these chandeliers. I mean, and it goes for like, I think he said a half a mile down this tunnel. This is beautiful. 10 out of 10 recommend. Also told, because I asked about oxygen, because the smell of sulfur is really intense at some points because of the rock. They actually dug like ventilation holes, and also they have a huge fan at one of the end of the holes to like suck the air. You don't feel it, but it helps bring the gas out and natural oxygen.
It's so cool.
So while Sam's singing over there, I do want to say, I thought this was granite. Does this not look like granite? But it's all salt. Now we're in a part of the mine where it's so concentrated, it's literally a wall of salt. Literally, like if I licked it, it would be salty AF. I don't want to lick it. I asked, he said no. So each layer that you see is a different earth layer. So every time period, so this was a time period and then this was a time period, and as the earth moves and the mountains and the plate tectonics shift, as you can see the lines move, because if you look in this whole room, they're not linear. I don't even know if it's the right word, linear, yeah. So they're all different directions, and it's because of the plates pushing the mountains different ways. At one point, this was the top of the earth. This was like where you walked, like 18 million gajillion years ago, but still, someone or something walked on this. We just watched the coolest video from like basically how everything started. But after you watch that, you might be a little hungry for a churro ice cream. There you go.
Okay, this is really cool because there is a coffee shop inside the Salt Cathedral. This massive 3-story coffee shop, and you can get like food, it's like a restaurant, you can get drinks, but I love it because the 3rd floor is way cool. Apparently this is VIP and you can access and like rent it, which is awesome because look at this 3rd floor. That's amazing.
This is not a hole. Can you see this? This is water. It looks like it's a huge hole, and it took my brain like 5 minutes to figure out what it was happening. It is a salt flat. perfectly pristine saltwater mirror. And what you see here is actually, I don't know if you can see the reflection of the people on the end back here, but that's what kind of gave it away. But as you can see, like the lights on the ceiling, it looks like a huge hole. It's really like messing with my mind, but it's so cool. All right, so we're like halfway through the tour, I think, and he just told me that this artist came in and carved all of this out of the rock. I mean, can you see this? That is absolutely, and he was saying this is the last chief. So it's like in honor of him, but that is absolutely just incredible. I mean, I don't know if you can see that. It's like he dug a cave to build this. Mind blowing. Everything is just mind blowing. Please come here. Because people are actually getting massages and stuff here, but there is a spa inside of the salt mine. What? You don't have to get a massage. There are other things that you could get. I would love to have a massage in here. It's so peaceful and quiet and just relaxing. Oh my gosh, I need to come back just for this room. Sadly, we are nearing the end of the tour, but instead of walking back, because it's a long way, we are like 1,000 meters below the surface, they have a train, so we don't have to walk. He asked if we wanted to walk or take the train. We've walked quite a bit today, so we're gonna take the train. We made it. We are out of the salt mine. We have made it back to not sea level. We're currently at almost 9,000 feet. This was probably one of the coolest things we've done in Colombia, because not only is the history very fascinating and there's a lot of it, and it's cool to be down there and see it, and 95% of the salt that is mined down there is not even for food. There's 14,000 products that they use this salt for. Definitely 10 out of 10 recommend. Thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. We hope you enjoyed it. Please share this with someone that's coming to Colombia, because they absolutely need to come here. Please like the video, subscribe if you like our content. We travel around Colombia, and on Instagram, we show our life here in Colombia, in Medellin. And until next time, hasta pronto. Instead of keep going,
and they, which now is called Siki. They started to dig into this mountain.
And also they get a lot of carbon monoxide in here, so they actually dug. We just watched the coolest. So I don't know if you can see the silhouette, or the silhouette, is that the word for the people?
Reflection.
Reflection.